So, the Tommy Robinson event in Iceland might be sparking a political shitstorm. Wonder why. So, at any rate, there is this organization that wants to promote Western values, culture, civilization, etc., that invited Tommy Robinson, a very controversial figure, if you will, in public discourse. Great, likable English chap to some of us, but not so likable to others. I don't know. I've whether you agree with him or disagree, I find that as someone who values unlimited free speech, let him talk, let everybody talk, and address it accordingly. And once they've spoken, at any rate, so yeah, they had been working for weeks with a venue in Iceland to get the event organized and everything, and that was working out fine. And then, eventually, after a good while, when they were ready to go, the venue slated and announced the event, and they started ticket sales on their website and through this other ticket sales service called Tix.is. And about 3 hours later, they closed the ticket sales, pulled the event off of their slate, and all of a sudden it was as if this never happened. So, needless to say, this didn't sit too well with the organizers, and they reached out, and media reached out as well. And turns out the chairwoman of the venue, one person they had never been in touch with. They'd been in touch with her staff and everything, organizing and planning and whatnot, but they hadn't been in touch with her. They'd built a relationship, a good relationship with a lot of the staff. But the chairwoman cited that there had been some sort of a misunderstanding. Now, if you've been working on something for weeks, then obviously you can't say all of a sudden that, hey, yeah, well, we happen to be double booked on that day. So that doesn't quite fly either. So now when the journalist for a local newspaper reached out to her as to why, she just said there had been an internal misunderstanding, and that was all there needed to be said. Which, quite frankly, doesn't quite serve and suffice in the minds of a lot of locals who feel, especially people who plan to attend the event, who might feel a little disenfranchised on this one. So, to add on to things, if this was a private venue, now, of course, if they want to hurt their brand or their business, they're free to do so. But this is a venue that is part of a cultural center of a municipality of Kópavogur, a township in the capital area, so a suburban town in the capital. So this is taxpayer owned. This is a taxpayer owned venue. So now they're probably, if they don't put the event back on, then they're going to lose that income, and it's going to be hard for them with this short of a notice to book something else for that day. On top of which, the organization that is arranging the event and actually getting Tommy Robinson to Iceland to speak, well, they're planning legal action, obviously. So then there's that. And how much is that going to cost the locals, the residents of said municipality, who actually pay these taxes? So this is a very interesting situation. Now, to make matters even worse, who is this chairwoman who all of a sudden came into play there? Well, she's an actress, and she's on the inside of a lot of circles, which also happen to include a lot of people who are pro-multiculturalism, part of associations like the Israel-Palestine Association and others. So yeah, there is this theory circulating now that maybe some of her friends on the fringe left and the artistic left and multicultural activists, etc., that maybe some of them may have not liked the idea that this venue she's running was going to host this event, because a lot of them also happen to not want people to speak, and some of them, like the aforementioned Israel-Palestine Association, they did show up to protest a Robert Spencer when he was here speaking, organized by the same organization that is that is organizing Tommy's event. So yeah. So the question is, and a lot of people suspect that this may have been politically motivated. That she may have been called up by some of her friends and said and told that she had to just kill this and take it off the agenda, and that she may have conformed to that. To which, to my knowledge, she hasn't addressed those allegations yet. That is yet to be seen. But yeah, so now we'll see. Maybe they manage to get some other venue or get this back on there, but there is definitely going to be quite a bit coming as far as this story. This story is not over yet, and this is only just the start of it. But from what I understand, this organization, they're gonna keep going, and Tommy Robinson is going to visit the country. He's going to speak, regardless of how that gets done, and whatever legal action they take, they'll do. Well, maybe he'll end up just in public with a big megaphone or whatnot, and they end up not charging any tickets, and people can just show up like a speaker's corner thing, and they end up just claim the entire cost of everything in court, top of make a claim on the venue that ditched them. But yeah, this is serious stuff, because it's a publicly owned venue. So obviously, this chairwoman, she has no financial interest there aside from her job. That is the only financial interest. So unless she loses that, there's no way she can be made responsible. So, of course, certain someone started a petition for the authorities of said municipality to investigate this and consider the option of firing her. And that certain someone may have been yours truly. Don't tell anybody though. It's public. But yeah, you know, just for the fun, just to push things, because quite frankly, I don't like it. I don't care how much I may agree or disagree with anyone. I don't like it when some people claim so much moral superiority that they think they can just shut somebody's voice up. Nothing good has ever throughout human history come out of that. And yeah, if you think someone is speaking deadly and dangerous ideas, those ideas are not going to go away just because you silence them. But when you let them speak, you'll know who's who, and you'll be able to address that. You'll be able to track that. It's like, would you have a monster underneath your bed? Maybe have a monster. You may or may not have a monster under your bed. It may or may not be big and scary, but you will never know that because you keep it silent. Or would you just pop up your mattress and see it? Is it big and scary? Is it there to begin with? If it is there and it is big and scary, now you know. You know your opponent. You know what you're up against. Now you can address it. So, yeah, those are my 2 cents on that one. And there will be more to follow on the Tommy Robinson Iceland story. And yeah, we'll probably get you some footage and other stuff from the event and the surrounding live shitstorm it might stir up. It's going to be really interesting stuff coming on this story. So stay tuned. Viking out. For now, at least.